watching this. I love you guys. You're epic. You're amazing. Thank you so much for watching this. I have been working on creating this video for a very long time, so let's get down to it. All right, this is my first photo shoot for a clothing brand in 2020, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. So the way I found this brand was actually on Instagram, and it was amazing. It was the most collaborative experience that I've ever had. I reached out to them because they were looking for ambassadors, and I felt like I would be a really good asset for them as a photographer for us to work together. And I actually reached out to them as a photographer and I said, hey, have you thought about collaborating with photographers instead of influencers? Influencers can only give so much to you as a brand, but a photographer is actually capable of creating art and is able of creating images for you to sell. As a clothing brand, that is a very nice thing to be offered, essentially photos in exchange for 4 t-shirts. That's so easy. Those photos can be used for commercial purposes. Those photos can be used to sell clothing. Now, full disclaimer, I did not get paid for this photo shoot at all. The only thing that I got was 4 t-shirts that were about $35 each. And you know what? That's totally okay. That's okay with me because I love photography. I love shooting. I love being outdoor. Photography is my passion, and I will never do photography for the sole purpose of making money. I think that's the worst possible thing for you to do as a photographer. You should not be working for money. You should be working as a photographer because you love it. Now, I know there are some people who do photography as a business, and if this is what you do and you only care about the monetary aspect of photography, like props to you, that's amazing. I find that if I focus solely on money, I will lose my creative aspect as a photographer, and I will actually become more stressed out. Now, I think if you're a photographer and you love what you do, paid work is actually gonna come to you naturally. For instance, for me, I'm primarily an outdoors photographer, and I don't do studio photo shoots. One, because I low-key never learned about it. Shoot, I should have listened during my high school years when I was actually taking photo classes how to do studio photo shoots. But I never did. I don't know how to use it. I'm being honest about it. I should probably take classes now that I'm a little bit older, and I could, if I want to be more interested in it. Studio photography allows you to have more control over the lighting. It allows you to have more control over what kind of background you want to have as far as like changing like from yellow to green to blue. It's very good for like editorial looks, so it's very good for e-commerce, but that is not what I'm interested in. That is not, but I should probably learn about it. As a photographer, if you love what you do and you put out quality content out there on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, anywhere and everywhere, people will start to notice you, and you will start getting paid work for the work that you actually know how to do. For instance, I was on a photo shoot, and I was taking photos of a model, and this girl came up to me and she's like, hey, are you a photographer? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a photographer. What do you mean? Like, I got my camera right here. Like, am I not a photographer? And then she asks me, are you an amateur photographer, or are you a pro photographer? If you don't know what an amateur photographer is essentially somebody who is starting out photography and they're just playing around and they're kind of gathering their skills. And the pro photographer would be somebody who actually knows they're doing. They have been published before, they have gotten paid for their work, they have good camera equipment, and they know how to produce quality content. And I'm like, yes, girl, I'm a pro photographer. What's up? What's up? Of course I'm a pro photographer. As a disclaimer, I know a lot of you photographers who are watching this, you always say, like, Masha, you cannot be a pro photographer on your Nikon D3100. And so just because you have a 55 to 300mm lens doesn't make you a pro, and I get that, but majority of photography is about an eye of the photographer. You know, it's about the ability to create art just from looking at the model, and the ability to create the most amazing capture ever, just capturing the moment. And if you cannot do that as a photographer, I think you've completely failed yourself. Now, getting back to the photo shoot that I had with Changer's brand. Changer's brand decided to ship me 4 t-shirts. And in exchange, I was gonna take photos for them that would be ended up on their Instagram, on their social media platform, and I made them guarantee me that they will credit me as a photographer and they will credit the model everywhere they will post. So for instance, if my work just happens to somehow end up on a billboard in New York City, they must give me credit at the bottom. If the photos that I give to them, I own the copyright to them, I let them know right away, and they said of course. When you work with clothing brands or just about any brand ever, it's very important that you establish to the brand that like, hey, my name is blah blah blah, and I own the copyrights to the photos that we will produce in this content. This way the brand actually knows what to expect. They know that they don't actually own the images and you do, and most brands actually are very professional about it, that they will respect it completely and they will not abuse your service as a photographer. And overall, if they love the content that you created, oh my god, they're gonna send you more clothing, or they're gonna actually pay you to create the exact same work that you did for the first photo shoot for free. Like, that's my goal. My goal is to reach out to brands and be like, hey, my name is Masha, I do photography, I would love to work with you, blah blah. My first photo shoot is for free in exchange for your clothing items, and if you want to keep working with me, you would have to pay me more, or pay me in general. I want to make money too. Your girl gotta eat. I gotta eat. All right, so it took me about a week to plan out my photo shoot. Luckily, my best friend is actually a model too, so I was like, hey Sophia, let's go take some photos. All right, now Sophia is actually size 2, so it's really funny because the t-shirts that I had are men's medium and women's medium, and women's medium actually doesn't look that bad on her, but man's medium was this extra large t-shirt on her, and we had to tie it in the back and make it look cute, and we like had a hair tie in the back, and it was funny. It was funny, but it came out really good. The photos are actually over here. If you're watching it this late, these are the photos that we've taken from the photo shoot. We went to about 4 different locations. We've taken multiple different photos. We even took some videos if you want to check them out. Watching this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please check out my Instagram and support me as a photographer in my lovely world of Los Angeles.